Hello everybody. Today's project is a pair of tongs. These tongs are a little bit different than regular forging tongs. They're being made for a friend. They're his design. He has trouble with one leg. He can't really bend one leg. And so these are to allow him to grab a boot and pull it on. So they're a little bit longer than forged tongs, and they're a little offset, rather than being straight. But other than that, they are made in exactly the same way. So once the fire is set, we'll get going. Making these tongs out of 1/2 inch bar, and the halves are 10 inches apiece. One of the things I'm asked quite often is, how do you make a pair of tongs if you don't have a pair? And this is one of the methods that I recommend for that. You just cut a piece that is long enough for two tong halves, for both of your tong halves. And you forge one jaw on either end. And that allows you the length you need to hang on to the stock through the entire process. I rough these jaws out with a large hammer and then go back with a smaller hammer to refine them. I like to do all the roughing and then all of the refinement together, because it just allows me to have a little more control over where the metal ends up. If I try to, rough forge and then refine the jaw, and then rough forge and refine the cheek, I sometimes have a little more trouble. So what I like to do is just sort of mush out all the steel or iron, whatever you want to use, into the right places, and then go back and clean everything up. This is sped up, but this is how you would work a pair just straight out of one long bar. You'd work both halves, and as you can see, that bar will stretch so that you'll get plenty of length and be able to make these tongs without having a pair of tongs. So here's the second jaw being forged on the other end. You would then just stretch out the middle and cut them off. But I, of course, have tongs, so I've just separated them, and I'll finish drawing the rings on the just round up the end where the hand will grip the reins. As drawn, the edges are sharp, so I just round those edges over. And it's time to get a rivet. I've got this coffee can full of random rivets that I've been going through. Usually I just make my own, but I got this coffee can from somebody that brought me a load of stuff, and there are no there's no two rivets alike in that can, so I've been using it for projects like this. I do rivet hot, and then I'm going to set the jaws close. These jaws will be close, and I'm going to give them a little bit of a wave here, because I don't know what type of boot this person will be putting on. I don't want to serrate the jaws because we wouldn't want to damage a dress shoe or something like that. So rather than have serrated jaws, what I've done is make a wave to the jaws, and that way they will they'll grip very tightly. We just curl over one edge to make it a little easier to pull, and then give the whole thing a wipe down with beeswax, just so that it looks a little nicer. And once it's all waxed up, I'll file through the oxide to ease the edges. I just like the way that looks. I like the contrast. So I do the chamfering after the waxing on a project like this. Thanks for watching.